Hello and welcome to another video. Today I made a family tree for Bess Truman, the wife of Harry S. Truman and the First Lady of the United States from 1945 to 1953, and Second Lady of the United States from March to April. Actually, from January 20th to April 15th. No, April 12th, 1945. So this is Bess Truman's whole family tree. This is her right over here, Elizabeth Virginia Wallace. That was her birth name. Wallace is her maiden name, and Elizabeth Virginia and Virginia are her names, and Bess was her nickname. She was born February 13th, 1885 in Independence, Missouri, and died October 18th, 1982 at the age of 97, also in Independence, Missouri. Her parents were David Willock Wallace and Margaret Elizabeth Gates. David was born June 15th, 1860 in Independence, Missouri, and died June 17th, 1903 in Kansas City, Missouri at the age of 43, meaning he died 2 days after his 43rd birthday. Margaret was born August 4th, 1862 in Port Byron, Illinois, and died December 5th, 1952 in Washington, D.C. at the age of 90. She died when her daughter was still First Lady, and she died just a month before her daughter would leave the position of First Lady. Bess Truman's paternal grandparents were Benjamin Wallace and Virginia Johnston Willock. Willock or Willock, I'm gonna say Willock. Benjamin was born April 26th, 1817 in Taylor, Kentucky, and died June 2nd, 1877 in Independence, Missouri at the age of 60. Virginia was born May 20th, 1824 in Greene, Kentucky, and died May 22nd, 1908. Also, not also, but in Independence, Missouri, at the age of 84. So, meaning, like her son, she also died 2 days after her birthday, and she even outlived her son. Bess's maternal grandparents were George Porterfield Gates and Elizabeth Emery. George was born April 2nd, 1835 in Lundberg, Vermont, and died June 25th, 1918 in Independence, Missouri at the age of 83. Elizabeth was born February 21st, 1841 and died she was born in Ron's, England, and died June 19th, 1924 in Colorado Springs, Colorado at the age of 83. She was the only person on the family tree not to be born in America. Instead, she was born in England. Bess had three younger brothers: Frank Gates Wallace, George Porterfield Wallace, and David Frederick Wallace. Fun fact: George Wallace. There was a George Wallace that ran for president in 1968, but that's not the same person because this George Wallace died in 1963. So Frank was born March 4th, 1887, in Independence, Missouri, and died August 12th, 1960, also in Independence, Missouri, at the age of 73. George was born May 9th, 1892 in Independence, Missouri, and died May 24th, 1963, also in Independence, Missouri, at the age of 71. He died 13 days, no, 13, no, 15 days after his 71st birthday. David was the youngest. He was born January 7th, 1900 in Independence, Missouri, and died September 30th, 1957 in Denver, Colorado at the age of 57. Fun fact, actually very fun fact, he was born on what would have been President Millard Fillmore's 100th birthday. Fillmore was born January 7th, 1800, and David Frederick Wallace, Bess Truman's youngest brother, was born January 7th, 1900. So that's a very cool fact. Anyway, Bess married Harry S. Truman, and he was born May 8th, 1884 in Lamar, Missouri, and died December 26th, 1972 in Kansas City, Missouri at the age of 88. Uh, he was a very good president in my opinion. Together they had only one daughter, Margaret Truman. Her actual name was Mary Margaret Truman, but she never used her name Mary. Instead, she used her middle name, Margaret. She was born February 17th, 1924 in Independence, Missouri, and died January 29th, 2008 in Chicago, Illinois, at the age of 83. She died just less than a month before her 84th birthday. She married Clifton Daniel, and they had four sons: Clifton Truman Daniel, William Wallace Daniel, Harrison Gates Daniel, and Thomas Washington Daniel. Clifton was born June 5th, 1957, in New York, and he's currently 69 years old. William was born May 19th, 1959, and died September 4th, 2000, at the age of 41. Harrison Gates Daniel was born 1963 in New York City, in New York, and died in 2000, also in New York City, in New York, at the age of 36 or 37. And Thomas Washington Daniel, he was born in 1966, and I think he's still alive, and he's currently 60 years old. So that's the whole family tree of Bess Truman. Let me know in the comments whose family tree you'd like to see in the future, and I'll be happy to read your comments. And if you enjoy some of my videos, please leave a like under the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content and more videos like this of other historical figures that I will definitely make in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye bye.